I would give them attention, I would give them time, I would give them affection, and nothing ever seemed to be good enough. I would put my all into this person, and it just was never, I guess you could say, like, enough. And you know, I definitely got played by this individual. And at the time of when this was occurring, you know, obviously that was like really, really, really painful, and it really did hurt a lot. And that's also why I can relate to some of the people that are also now dealing with it in their own lives, you know, where they're going through that stage right now. You know, at the time when I was dealing with that, I definitely was the type to, like, you know, be hurt and allow that to cloud my mind. And I was in a very kind of low place in the sense that I could not understand what would make someone just treat me a certain type of way, even though I was pouring into them a certain way. I couldn't understand what about me, or what about the way that I was trying to love this person was not enough, or why it was not good enough for that individual. I was questioning the whole purpose of it and the whole point of it, and I definitely felt like I wasted my time, you know, because months after months after months after months of doing the same thing, you know, maybe first it was a certain way with the relationship, and then slowly it started to turn into a different direction where, again, they weren't treating me a certain type of way, like a way that I would think somebody would reciprocate that. And that's mainly what it was. It was like somebody that I was doing all these things for did not reciprocate that same energy to me. And so in some sense, I felt like I was owed that, but in reality, in all actuality, like, no one owes you anything at all. And that was something that was really hard for me to come to terms with, especially with certain situations in the past, because, you know, that's just a feeling that you have. You just feel like, if I did this for this person, you know, they would do that for you. You know that thing that they say is when we were children, like, you know, treat people how you want to be treated. So because I was treating someone in that type of way, obviously I expected for them to treat me that way, and they did not. So that's part of the reason I felt like I was owed that. But yeah, you can't really control how people decide to treat you, or how they decide to react to the way that you treat them. And I would also say that now I'm at the point to where I don't regret any of the stuff that I've dealt with, and I don't regret any of the ways that I acted towards any of those individuals, like how I treated them, what I gave to them. Because in a sense, even now, like, I'm seeing evidence of it where it was like, at that time frame, everyone was at a certain, you know, level of consciousness and awareness or whatever, and it's like, that was all meant to happen. They were meant to experience, you know, how I treated them as a person. I was meant to experience how I was treated, because that also led to me, you know, trying to change my life and figure out, okay, well, this is not the way that I want to live life. You know, I know that I don't deserve to be in a situation where somebody is not treating me in the correct way, where they're not reciprocating my feelings, or where they just are not being the type of person that I know that I deserve. And so I just removed myself from that. But all of that had to happen in order for me to come to that conclusion. And I'm saying that, my bad, the phone cut out on me, but I'm saying all that to say, basically, I know how it feels to really pour all of yourself into someone, and you literally give your all to someone, and so you expect for that person to give their all to you, and it can feel very, like, you can feel very defeated, you know, when that doesn't happen. And it will make you, like, have the thoughts of, like, well, I just wasted all that on them. Like, I wish I would have never gave any of that time to them. I wish I would have never poured any of that love into that person. Like, they did not deserve that at all. But an alternative way to think about that, because if you just constantly look at the fact that, like, you gave all your time to this person, or the fact that you gave all your love to this person, you just poured so much into this person, and they did not reciprocate it, it's gonna make you so attached to that situation. It's gonna make it harder for you to like move on past it and to see what you can learn from the situation and grow. So like one thing that I did was like adopting the mindset of, you know, that person actually needed that. They needed that experience, like to experience where somebody is willing to give that type of energy towards them, and that's they'll learn their own lesson within that as well. You know, throughout life, different people that they meet, maybe them end up not finding, it's a bunch of different types of things, like where they will also learn something from that situation. And then you, on the other hand, it's like you'll learn that you do deserve better. You learn that there are other people out there where you pour into someone and they also reciprocate that, and it's like a mutual situation, you know. But don't ever regret giving love to someone, and also don't allow like these situations that happen, because this does happen a lot, where people, you know, go through relationship stuff and they just keep getting played after played after played, and they end up not wanting to pour into anyone else. They actually end up trying to play people as well. They end up becoming cold-hearted or nonchalant and deciding to, I don't know, live life that way and feel like that's the only way they could be, because they don't want to experience pain again. And this is the thing, like, even whenever you make it to a certain point, like, that doesn't mean that you're never going to experience pain again. Now, I'm not saying that you should want to experience pain, or that everybody wants to experience that. Of course not, you know. But these things are things that happen that end up leading to you learning. It ends up leading to different butterfly effects. It's all to help you grow as a person, and that's the way that I chose to look at it, and that's just what I've just noticed over time. And so you can definitely overcome that. You don't have to be a person that's just stuck in a loop of getting played. It's like there's just something that you're supposed to realize from that situation, and your feelings are also valid. That's also why I make these videos, like, and that's why I'm making this one as well. Like, you could definitely be the type of person to have experience being played by someone and have those emotions, and then still finding a way to actually overcome all of that and end up finding and attracting the type of person that you want. You know, a lot of times in those, at that time, it's like it made sense that you were attracting what you were attracting. Like, when I think about where I was mentally and like consciously and all of that in that stage, it made perfect sense for the people and the person that I attracted at that time, you know, which is why I'm at the stage that I'm at now. It's like at that level, you know, it wouldn't make, it just would never happen. Like, to be in a needy state, or to be in the state where you're still trying to pour into someone and maybe you're not necessarily realizing your worth or realizing that you actually can do better than that person, or if you're sticking in a situation because you just don't want to walk away from how much time and energy and like love that you poured into a situation, so you stay there. Even all of that, it's like that is a frequency, and you've attracted that, you know, because you're still accepting it. You know, when you continue to entertain something, when you continue to be involved in something, when you continue to ignore or to look past certain things, that is something that you are like completely looking past and accepting, because that's what you think that is okay for you at the time. And there's something that you're gonna learn. And so once you move past that point, you'll start to see, you're like, oh, okay, now I understand. Now that I'm on this level, I can attract those people that reciprocate the same feelings, that are the same type of person as me, in the sense that they're not here to play another person. They're genuinely looking for, you know, actual love and that sort of thing. But if you resonated with anything I spoke about in this video, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing so that this video reaches someone who may also need to hear this message. Thank you and bye.